All right, part two of What to Wear Wednesday. And what we are looking for now is everyone's just awesome participation. Whatever you want to see, I'm in a super neutral. This is one of my favorite LuLaRoe Randy tees. Thank you, Amanda and Kat. And what I'm doing right now is just putting a few colors away here, but this is What to Wear Wednesday. You decide. You decide what I put on my face. And this is for color. So any colors that you can imagine that you would like to see in action is kind of how that works. Anything that you would like to see done, you can tell me what to do and we'll do it. We'll do it together. We'll put this look together. So on What to Wear Wednesday, you guys get to decide. So I have in front of me right now all of the colors, all of the Beauty Control colors. So we're looking at eyeshadows, and we have blushes, and then there's lipstick. So on this What to Wear Wednesday, you decide what I wear, and you decide with the comments below. So in the comment section, just say what you would like to see me put on, and I will do it. This is part two of this Wednesday. So this is Wednesday, April 27th. And on this What to Wear Wednesday, you decide. You decide in the comments what you'd like to see me put on. So I'm washed and ready to go. And any color application or any color that you would like to see have go on will happen. So I have in front of me some cream to powder foundations. Let's see, Perfecting Cream to Powder Foundation here. And then I actually have some of these cream sheer protections also, which is according to our book, in the different foundation parts where it catalogs all of our different types of foundation, the cream to sheer perfection or protection cream is a sheer coverage, and it's for normal to dry skin or combination oily skin. So I really feel like that fits into the all skin types categories. Some of the things that you can see with this, like if I use my finger, for example, with this N2, and so this is a cream to powder foundation. So if you kind of work it up just a little bit and make it warm, so you can see that it gets kind of thick and creamy. I don't have a ton of colors in this, but this is the cream to powder foundation here, and you can just sort of see some of those first strikes of color. And then if you buff this on here at the face, and then I'm just sort of patting under the eye. So I'm starting, this is a N2, so I've been out in the sun just a little bit. N2 is what I was wearing 2 weeks ago. Isn't it funny how quickly that changed? But this would also be a really good way to contour. So you can see how you can spread that little bit thin. So this is the cream to powder foundation in an N2. And like I said, I'm using just the finger here. The finger and the warmth of the skin. So the warmth of the hand and then the warmth of the face is what allows this product to kind of melt or set into the skin. So you can buff this on, and then we can make it just slightly thinner in some areas or not. But on this What to Wear Wednesday, in the comments below, you decide the colors and the application techniques that you would like to see. The only caveat is that I need to look professional and the colors need to match. So for example, when you decide what eyeshadows I should put on, we will start there. We will go with eyeshadows. So I am just using my finger for a slip and glide to buff in here. And on this What to Wear Wednesday, as you decide what I'm putting on, I started with the cream to powder foundation. This is in an N2. I don't have a large selection of these colors, and as I said earlier, I was wearing N2 like a week ago, two weeks ago I was wearing N2. But my son's baseball games have had me outside on the weekends, and I wear the Regeneration Smooth Advanced C Protection SPF 20 on my face. So when I've been at the ball games, I've been wearing sun protection, and the thing that I'm getting out of that is certainly that I'm not burning, I'm not causing any UV damage to the face. And then this vitamin C that's in that facial SPF moisturizer is preventing the skin from oxidizing. So what I'm not getting is really strong sun damage. I'm not getting any sun damage. My skin is protected. So you can see that this N2 Cream to Powder Foundation, the texture is a really curious thing. Cream to powder comes in these little compacts, and you can kind of see where it's sort of been activated. It gets sort of smooth and creamy. And then I am using my finger it's not a heavy drag, but it's sort of a slip and glide to kind of buff this on. I imagine, just based on the way that this feels and the way that I've done other foundations, is that once you get this on, you would be able to do this and buff a cream to powder so that it sets nice in the skin. It doesn't have a, you know how foundations, when inappropriately applied or when they're not the right consistency, they look interesting. And you know what I'm talking about. You've seen this. They can look interesting in people's pores. Now, it doesn't look like it settles real well in their pores, or it does settle in their pores, but it doesn't go anywhere else. So you can, like, the pores look huge when you either put on too much foundation or there isn't a strong enough blend, like a really good blend of the product. One of the things I love about using the large powder brush, and this is a Beauty Control large powder brush, and these are available. I have some in stock, so if you want one, say, hey, I need one of those. They're only $14. And I used my finger to activate this cream to powder foundation here. And I just sort of circled this around, just kind of swim it around in there a little bit. And I used it to apply. So at the beginning or the top of this video, you saw how much lighter that was than my actual skin. And what we're working with right now is this natural light in the window that's behind me. And it's a very rainy, gray day. So it's actually good light for this because it's not strong, harsh light. It's very diffused. And I'm just buffing that color on. So it's very smooth. It feels good. It does feel different than my other foundations that I use, like the Smooth Perfection foundation. There, so you can see it. Here, so I put just a little bit more on. And I'm just going to show you what that looks like when I put that on the face, and then use the warmth of your hand and then the warmth of the face to kind of buff that product on, and then use the brush. I used the brush to make sure that it was smooth and then make sure that it was even. None of this is done with a very heavy pressure. It's a very light touch on the face. In fact, pressure is probably not the right word to say. It's just contact. There's a good slip and glide. So we're taking a look here to make sure that there's a decent blend on the jawline here, because the color itself, the N2 color itself, at first strike, when it is very, very thick and not blended yet, looked much lighter than my actual skin tone. So that is the cream to powder foundation on the face. Something that we can do now that would be kind of fun, and I'm just looking for my concealers, is to use the Creamy Coverage Concealer in dark to create just a little bit of a contour. But this is What to Wear Wednesday, so you decide the colors that I put on my face. And what you are welcome to do in the comments below is say what you would like to see me do, or the colors that you would like to see me put on my face. So I'm using the Creamy Coverage Concealer in dark right now. The dark, the light, the medium, these concealers are outstanding. First of all, tiny tube, remember it, tiny tube what? Tiny amount, tiny tube, tiny amount. So this is like toothpaste. This consistency is really extraordinary here when it pops up out of there. And I'm just using these little baby bit, just a baby bit of this concealer here. And that's in the dark. So I used the cream to powder foundation first. And then now I have this Creamy Coverage Concealer in dark, and you can use this to contour. At $9, you can play with this all day long. You can just get the light and you can get the dark, and you can kind of practice your own use of a concealer, or your own use of these light and these dark creams to contour the face. And go along, you know, if you've got time, and if you're like me, you were running late today, you know, get your stuff out and do this along with us. And maybe you have a color in front of you. I had somebody send me a message one time, and she was like, hey, I'm using navy, and I'm using this, and I'm using this. And I followed along to your video to see myself try it and to do it. So, you know, this is real-time application, and you can go with. So I'm using, once again, some very simple, resourceful tools without having lots of tools on hand. This is my hand again, my finger. I'm using the warmth of my face and the warmth of my hand to blend in. I have used awesome like beauty blenders, and I love brushes. You know, I've got all my brushes here, but I'm really just pat pressing or pushing, feathering. It's how the ends of the fingers can just feather a product so that I have a great blend. Just a great blend so that, and that looks like a piece of dry skin there, a great blend on the face so that you can't see the line of demarcation or where a color was laid down on the face to start with. So like I said, on this What to Wear Wednesday, this is part 2. The first video that we made today was with skincare and anti-aging. And so that one's already up and running. Go back and check that out later. But on this one, you get to comment below on the colors that you would like to see me put on my face or the techniques that you would like to see happen today. So we are going to move on to the eyes. So we've got eyebrows. You have some choices with eyebrows. For eyebrows, I have the all-in-one eyebrow kit here. And then I also have the precision eyebrow pencil. So comment below which one of those two that you would like to see go on the eyebrows today. And then I also have the shadow control cream in the natural, the taupe, and the pink. And the natural, the taupe, and the pink, it's kind of like a Neapolitan look to it. So if you imagine that the taupe is like chocolate ice cream. So this is the taupe shadow control cream. And then there's the natural. So let me show you what these look like. So the natural is sort of that lighter color, and then the taupe is this more of a chocolatey color that you can kind of see smeared on there. And then when I take the lid off to the pink shadow control cream and rub that on the back of my hand, it's not, can you see that sort of like pinky iridescent shine on the hand? So that's the pink. This one's the taupe, and this one's the natural. Okay, Linda, you say, I use my fingers for foundation. I've tried the brush, but just feel better using my fingers. And you know what? That's great because it's not broken. Don't fix it. I love the eyebrow kit myself, and I use the shadow control cream and natural too. Okay, so we can keep going with those, Linda, or if someone has a request and they would like to see a specific color in use, or just kind of put a new tool in your tool belt, as one of the things that I was taught to say. While we are very comfortable doing the daily applications that we have all the time, trying something new can bring sort of renewed vigor and a fresh sense of self to the colors we use all the time. So if we're used to our colors and they're the same and we do the same thing all the time, you might feel excited about your confidence in your color application and the way that you look if you try something new. So the eyebrow kit is here in front of me. So what I'll show me using first is this little brush that's inside the all-in-one eyebrow kit. I use that now to just dig out a little bit of this wax, and I'm going to comb a little bit of the wax through the eyebrow. The wax helps to hold the powder in place. And if you guys would like to see the kit on one eyebrow and the precision eyebrow pencil on the other eyebrow, just let me know, because that would be another fun thing to do. Then there's the Beauty Control Eye Angled Brush. So this is available also, Beauty Control. I have them in stock, so if you need one, just let me know. If you are working with another beauty control consultant, let her know that you need one of these great products that you're seeing. So looking at this bottom edge, and I have a mirror right here, and then we're using the window light also here in the studio. I am just setting that lower edge of the coffee color. So I'm using this darker coffee color. I really like the mocha color. It is just not the best color for my natural hair. So my natural hair color is what you see here, even though it's been lots of different colors before. This is my natural hair color here. And then of course my eyebrows are a natural hair color also. So on this bottom edge of the eyebrow, and then coming down to the side, because remember, eyebrows start here on the inside edge of the eye and the outside edge of the nose, and then they stop on the outside of the eye and the outside of the nose. So that is the geometry of the face, or the area of the eyebrow. And then that windshield wiper area, so when you kind of take a look at where that lands, so the eye here, this windshield wiper area is where the eye makeup goes. And then the arch of the eyebrow would take place here at the peak here, the center of the iris. So the edge of the nose and the iris is where the actual arch of the eyebrow should happen. Eyebrows have so many interesting shapes, and I've never been more aware of that until I created my own Bitmoji. Has anybody done that? That app where you have like your own little avatar? And it was a really interesting process because they had so many different eyebrow shapes. Like some people's eyebrows look like, it literally they look like a check mark, like they have a sharp edge. I have sort of this, a defined arch here. I'm combed the eyebrow down on top. Do you see that? I combed the eyebrow down on top to see where the leading edge of the hair is located. And then when I do that, I just set this color right there on that leading edge and then come down the side here like this. And now what I'm going to do is comb that eyebrow back up again and then set the hair down. I do all those wiggles because it sets it down naturally. And then that void is where I haven't been yet. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this color and go right in the middle. So if you wanted to create a little bit of depth, this is where I can hit the mocha. So I've got just a little bit of the mocha. You can see that on the brush. And I can create just a little bit of depth or texture look in the eyebrow by setting here with the mocha. Okay, Jackie says, I tried doing my eyebrows, but I always end up looking like Groucho Marx. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's really funny. And you probably don't look like Groucho Marx. First of all, I haven't seen it. I've seen your pictures on Facebook. You've never looked like Groucho Marx on Facebook. Try a lighter color. Try a lighter color. I think that one of the things about working with preset eyebrow kits or, doing it for the first time is that, we maybe have lighter colored hair, or perhaps we color our hair lighter. The actual eyebrows really just need to look like you have hair. And so you can see the biggest difference right now. Like I don't have it on this side. So take a good look at this. I don't have any color on this side yet. I did just comb the wax through it, but I did this one. So all I'm trying to do is just define the actual shape. So you can see where this almost looks a little airy compared to the more solid appearance of this particular eyebrow. And something that you can do if you ever feel like it's too solid is actually take a brush. And this is one of my extra brushes. So this is part of the set that I got on Amazon for $13 at Christmas. Like I got like 22 new brushes for $13, which was a really cool way, a very inexpensive way to just dive into a ton of brushes and see which ones I like. Like there's some in here that I don't like and I'll never use, but it was a really inexpensive way for me to experiment with using different brushes before I spent a ton of money on brushes that I wasn't quite sure that I would ever use. Now, having said that, the beauty control brushes are really, I want to say standard. They're staples. And the funny thing about that is I have like 3 of these. I have 3 of the powder brushes. Then there's a blush brush. Who doesn't need a blush brush? And you can use these for bronzer and blush and foundation. We just buffed the cream to powder foundation on with this one. And I'm using this angled eye for my eyebrows. And you can also use that like for eyeliner and stuff. So there's just a ton of different things that you can do with these really sensible brushes. It's just the standard pieces. So now we're going to put some color on the other eyebrow. Jackie, does this look like, or have you ever felt like, this kind of eyebrow is scary, or does this have sort of a Groucho Marx feel to it also? Let me know if you feel that way about these, and then we'll try something different, okay? In the future. So I am just doing the same thing I did on the other eye. I've got the coffee color on here and I'm drawing underneath or the underside of this eyebrow so I can define the lower edge of the eyebrow. Also making sure that they match, which for me, I have one eye that's higher than the other like most people do. And I always like to make sure that they match so I don't look like I'm continually like concerned or perplexed or alarmed or, whatever facial expression is associated with an eyebrow that is higher than the other. So then working with that top edge, so the natural hairline, and I'm just defining that. Linda says, I jumped in here after you actually started the second video, so I don't know if you mentioned the eyeshadow you use, if you will have the new eye compact. I do have the eye compact, Linda, but that we're going to save that for May because that is a new May color. And so What to Wear Wednesday next week, at the beginning of May, will actually feature, and I'm super excited about that, it's going to feature the new Rio collection. So we've got new eye ink, and we have a compilation of eye shadows that come in a compact for those of you that love a preset compact, and then some lip creams or some lip colors, new lip color. What is wrong with me today? I can't talk. Okay, cool. Yeah, so just try a lighter eyebrow color for yourself, Jackie, and see how that works out for you. So which of the eyeshadow control creams do you guys want to do this on you decide, on this What to Wear Wednesday, you decide. So I have the taupe, I have the pink, and I have the natural, and I commonly use the natural. In fact, daily I use the natural. You guys have seen me do that, and we can do it again, but I'm going to let you decide because that's how this works. Which of these three colors would you like to see me use? I think this right here is very telling. I don't use the pink very often. This is actually former packaging of the pink. So this is what it looks like now, and this is the pink that I have because I don't use it very often. So on this What to Wear Wednesday, you decide which of the eyeshadow control creams I'm going to put on: pink, taupe, or natural. Okay, Linda votes taupe. Anybody else? Pink? Ooh, Joy Farley, hello, she says pink. What else? We've got to have a tiebreaker. Somebody else needs to chime in. Taupe or pink? Taupe or pink? I'm putting natural away. Oh, Jackie says taupe. Anything else? I'm taking the lid off the taupe. Dorothy says taupe. I took the lid off the taupe, and we're putting it on. Okay, so taupe it is. Here we go. This is just a tiny little baby bit of the taupe, and I am using a brush. I want you guys to be able to see this so my finger's not in the way. Just how different this is going to be on my eye than it normally is. So I have a slightly darker, oh yeah, you know what? If I do a What to Wear Wednesday, Joy, where I don't have to have things matching, what we're going to do in the future is pink on one eye and taupe on the other eye. And then we'll put on the same eyeshadow, and what you will see there, and you guys try this at home, you're going to see how different eyeshadow appears with different shadow control creams underneath it. I mean, it's amazing. Color plays with color. Number one, don't ever forget that. If you take anything away from today's What to Wear Wednesday, it's that color plays with color. And you can have, I'm going to say 5 to 6 of our Beauty Control Color Impact eyeshadows on hand, and they can all be very neutral. But if you have different eyeliners to play that up and different shadow control creams to work with, then what you're going to discover is that you can create vastly different looks with just a handful of colors. And I think that is super cool. Okay, so what I'm doing is squeezing just a tiny, do you see the little tiny bit there? It's just a baby bit. Remember, what is it? Tiny tube. Somebody type it below. What happens when we have a tiny tube? Tiny tube. Somebody share it below. What do we do with a tiny tube? Tiny tube, and what's the follow-up to that? Somebody see if they're in. Here we go. I am putting on the taupe shadow control cream, and I'm putting this all over. So this is going to go from eyebrow. You guys have seen this. It goes all underneath the eyebrow, down into the lash line. Why is that? Because this is the whole eye area. And this whole eye area like this is where we're actually putting our eye color. So we want everything to be smooth and creamy and look the same. Okay. Full coverage. Yes. Well, oh, yes, Georgia. You know what? Your Paris party was so much fun. I was at your graduation party, and check out Full Coverage Foundation. I would love to do that. We have amazing full coverage foundations. The foundation that I am using today on this What to Wear Wednesday for everyone was actually this is the Perfecting Cream to Powder Foundation. So I used cream to powder today in the N2, and I'm just trying to get an angle so you guys can kind of see that. Oh, there you go. And I activated the color by rubbing my finger in there, and I applied it with my finger, and then we did a good blend, and then we did just a little bit of contouring. So we've done eyebrows, foundation, contouring, eyebrows, and shadow control cream, and now we're on to eyeshadow. This is where, on this What to Wear Wednesday, you decide, you guys get to decide. Okay, The colors are jumping. Mulberry down. Mulberry down. Okay, you guys get to decide which of the colors I'm actually going to put on. So what I'm showing you right now is our cool color repertoire. And the reason why this one isn't open is because it's broken, but it's still in there. It's rosewood. Otherwise, I would dump it out. So take a look at these beautiful colors. So we have greens here, and this beautiful green is called Jungle. So I do enjoy using the Jungle. The only caveat for this What to Wear Wednesday is that everything I wear has to match. Because I do have to go somewhere later today. But you guys get to decide. So we've got Jungle, Azure, Navy. There is this one is Charcoal, and this is Storm. This one is Pearls, Titanium, Mulberry, Rosewood, Lavender, Wisteria, Silk. Ooh, I love silk. And this is Truffle. Okay. Titanium, Jungle, and Charcoal. Oh my gosh. Okay, I may have never done that combination. I'm pulling it out now. Titanium, I've got it, okay? Titanium, everybody sing the song. Jungle, green, and Charcoal here. Rebecca Palm is saying Storm, so now we have to have Truffle. Ah! Let's see, we've got Truffle, looks like this. It really is a beautiful, what I love about Truffle is that it's kind of a silvery brown neutral. There is a shimmer in there. Okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Let's make everyone happy today. Let's make everybody as happy as possible today and get this going. So one of the things that I want to show you is I used the wax, I used the coffee, I used the mocha. I'm going to show you what I do with this highlighter. So with, let's get a different brush. Here we go. This is the Beauty Control Eye Blending Brush. So this is available. If you guys need an eye blending brush, just let me know. And I'm going to just dive it in here. Do you guys see that? So that is the eyebrow highlighter. So this is going to be using all of the pieces in the all-in-one eyebrow kit. And so I'm going right underneath the eyebrow here, and that highlighter is just a really lovely feature. It creates a nice edge underneath the eyebrow. Okay, so that's finishing off the eyebrow colors like that. Now, the only light color, thank you, Joy. I'm glad Truffle is totally cool with you. The only light color that was recommended is Titanium, so we're going to start with that. So I'm using the same eye blending brush. Did you see how easy it was to get that color in there? I just did one little wipe. So these are pressed mineral foundations. This triple milled pearl color is the finest quality of an eyeshadow you can possibly use. And I'm telling you, I've used lots of great eyeshadows. I love makeup. This is the best. Totally, done. I believe it is truly the best. So it's not a shovel, so you don't need to dig. You don't need to dig in here. That color is going to come out so nice. So this is the Titanium, and remember we're doing this over the Taupe Shadow Control Cream. So what I'm going to do is a wash like this. I'm going to put on a wash of the Titanium. Now, this is just one way to do this. There are probably as many different ways to apply eyeshadow as there are people applying eyeshadow in the world. And I think that there are some tips and techniques that I know that I have picked up along the way when I work with other makeup enthusiasts. But what we are women that work, we are mothers, we are wives, we are sisters, we are friends, we are partners, we are companions in this process. And so what we're showing is a simple way to put on color during the day, okay? So this is Titanium, and this is the Beauty Control Eye Blending Brush. And all I did was wipe that in there. This is so easy. I just really hope you guys can grasp that. And then, start making a list of all of the products that you want to use and you want to try and you want to see. So the part 1 video earlier today showed me doing the skincare and then the anti-aging steps, all of which come in our skincare case, which is only $99. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I want everything, easy. We can do that. We can totally do that. We can get you everything, and we can get you everything not at full price. And I think that being a mother, or either being a stay-at-home mom, being a working mom, it doesn't matter. Frugal is like on. Like if you're frugal, then it makes sense. You can actually do more for your family when you're frugal. And one of the things to do is to use the best makeup and have the best prices for it. And then you're going to get, you know, A1 Frugal Awards for that. Something that I think I'm going to try with the choices that we've been given today. Excuse me. I don't know what I did with my drink. Okay, so this is the truffle, and then this is my super favorite. You guys know that this is my Japonesque crease brush here. So it's got that cone shape all around, rounded on a point, and then some of these can look very fluffy. What I'm going to do is just dive into the truffle. So I'm just twisting this around in the truffle here, and I'm going to use it as my depth color. So in the crease, and you know that you're in your crease when your eye is open, and you give yourself that weird eyeball massage. We've talked about this before. So I'm just going back and forth in this windshield wiper motion to create just a little bit of depth. And what I'm going to do, based on the recommendations that we received for eyeshadow, and now I need you guys to start thinking about eyeliner, because we have some really exciting eyeshadow colors here. I'm just using that truffle on this crease brush here, going back and forth. So you can close your eye or you can open your eye. Even if you have a hooded lid, this will work out. So if I'm looking at you just straight on like this, so I'm looking right at the camera, you can see that my lid's set very comfortably on top of my lower eyelid here. So if I get this color blended into the crease here, like so, then I'm really just creating some awesome depth using my natural crease shape. So you would do the same if you were working in your crease. And everybody's eye shape is just a little different too. Another thing that I was like just made very aware of, I knew other people's eye shapes were different, but if you haven't made your own Bitmoji on the Bitmoji app where you have like all the choices for like eyebrows and like eye shapes and everything, I was like, this is really cool. And I think it was a fun lesson in the variety of facial features that people have. All right, so that was the truffle. So we did the titanium all over, and now we have the truffle in the crease. And you all know that this one is my favorite brushes to use. So I get this one at Sally's, and this is a really tiny, so this is a dual-ended brush here. You can see that it has this nice blunt, good blending brush, very similar to the look of the Beauty Control blending brush on one end. It's softer, and then on the other end is that tighter, smaller crease brush, which will give you more detail. So this is the Jungle, because Jungle was one of our recommendations. So I'm really just taking this crease brush and turning it. And you can see, can you see that green on there? Just a little bit. And I'm going right here into this crease. So I'm going to create more defined color. If you are asking, I have a question here, where can I buy the other brush? And I think that you're talking about this crease brush here. I have literally had this brush. So my oldest son, Maxwell, he's 14. I bought this when he was 3 months old. And all of my Japonesque brushes like this, so Japonesque, Japonesque, and what I don't know, because I have used this one for so long, is the number. So like all professional brushes come with their number, so like this is a 213, this Japonesque brush is a 324, like all professional brushes come with their number too. I don't know the number of this one because it's worn off. Somebody look that up for us. Anyways, Japonesque crease brush. And this is just amazing. It's an amazing brush. I actually have tried to find this back online again and not had a lot of luck. Not had a lot of luck finding it. So this one, though, I got at Sally's and it was like $7. So it creates more of a detail. So when I stretch out the eyelid, you guys remember that if you are looking up my nose, you're welcome. But if you're looking up my nose here, you can see that you get to create in the crease this more detailed color. So I'm also going to bring this down on the lash line here. And I'm totally using the camera and the phone for this right now because my mirror is over there. And I'm just working into this natural crease like that. So we've had a lot of great conversation, and I'm just going to keep going. This blend can blend up just a little bit higher, but if you ever felt like you needed to blend more, go back to the brush. I'm not loading any more color on it, but this is the brush that we used for the truffle. And you can blend this even more so that you don't have any harsh lines, and it's a really soft look. So remember, color plays with color. when you're doing these types of applications, you're going to create a look that cannot be created on its own. So far we have titanium, truffle, and jungle. This eyelid, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. So I was in a car accident in 1996 and it really messed up. See how this one pulls just a little differently? I actually cut this eyelid bad and there's a scar on my forehead, and then there was a section of my head here that was cut also and sewn back together. So this eyelid has like a funny crease and a spot in it here. I am aware of that. And when I put my eyeshadow on this eye, it is always just a little bit different because of the way the skin skips when I go to blend, when I go to put it on. So I'm just putting this on back and forth, same way. Remember, we're using this really tight crease brush so we can have more detail. And on this Wednesday, What to Wear Wednesday edition, where you decide what I put on, it was recommended that I use the titanium, jungle, and charcoal, but then we had lots of chiming in for truffle, so I used truffle also here. And then on the eyelid, let's see, which one do I have? I have charcoal. So I can put just a little bit of charcoal on the eyelid here. I'm going to stick with some of that titanium though. I'm going to show you how I can use titanium to brighten that up. So using the Beauty Control, this is the eye contour. So this is the eye contour brush, still part of that classic Beauty Control staple set of brushes. If you don't have these brushes, get these brushes. All right, so now we're in charcoal and this brush, which is unloaded, so you can see that here. I'm just tapping that on there. Can you see the color? And I'm going to go starting in this corner and blending over into the eyelid just a little bit because this is a darker color and I kind of want that to fade just a little bit. Pat, pat. I didn't have that up high enough for you to see. And you see how that's kind of shimmery on the eyelid? Can you guys see that okay? And that is the charcoal. Some of you could be doing this alongside. Is anybody doing this with us? Who has their brushes and their makeup out and they're also putting on their own makeup? Okay, there we go. And that is using the charcoal on the eyelid. How cool. Okay, so we can also take this titanium again. And what I did, here, let me show you what I have here. So this is my towel and all my stuff that I have on my table here below. So I took the towel that's just on my table and I brushed off, I unloaded my brush with the charcoal color so I could get back into the titanium and just do this little pop of bright right here in the center and fan that out. And it is such a cool contrast. By cool, I mean awesome. Contrast for when you actually go to put on like the eyeliner and the mascara. All right, awesome. So something that we can then do with like the lower lid with this angled brush, so this is our Beauty Control angled eye brush, and this is the jungle color, is work on that lower lash line here. I want to tell you, we had this conversation last week, or maybe it was the week before, about eyes that water. And so I really don't do a lot of color on my lower lid during allergy season. But if you live anywhere in the country, yesterday you got lots of rain. And it's still raining here. And that really just settles the pollen. And I could tell a big difference this morning that, you know, my eyes weren't watering first thing. And, you know, I'm touching all over my eyes now and they're not really watering. And that's a really good sign. I know that the color is going to stay. So I used this eye angled brush and then the jungle color to create my own eyeliner look on this bottom lid. So I have a chocolate brown eye and you can just see how that color can be blended. It doesn't create a harsh pencil look, and you can blend a pencil too, or you can set a pencil. but I really love to do that and make sure that that color meets up in the corner of the eye, and it's just sort of contiguous with the dark that I put on, and it's one of the same colors. So it really makes a great eyeliner. You can do the same thing with the upper lid too. So what eyeliners do you guys want to see? Chime in on this What to Wear Wednesday. You decide. You're going to pick my eyeliner, and your choices are, let's see, what do I have here? I've got liquids. So I have liquid brown, liquid black, black, navy, which wouldn't totally make sense, but whatever, jade, and then I have pewter and amethyst. I'm out of espresso. I ordered it. It's coming tomorrow. So those are your choices. What eyeliner color do you think would go with the look that we have happening right now, which is a combination of titanium, truffle, jungle, and charcoal? Yes, I do. I have the new teal liner, but we're going to talk about that in May on next week's What to Wear Wednesday when those colors are available. Okay, Dorothy Hanson says, let's see jade. I can do that. If somebody else chimes in, Dorothy's going to be the winner. So we can look at jade, or we can have another option. Jackie says jade. All right, so does Joy. Jade is the winner. Thank you, everybody, for your awesome participation. Okay, so I'm rolling up. This is the jade eye perfecting pencil. So these are waterproof. Something that I love to show people, and I'm going to show you guys this. I call this my magic trick. So this is 2 lines of the jade on the back of my hand. And then this is, remember I said you could set an eyeliner? This is the jungle eyeshadow in our eye brush. So this particular line doesn't have anything on it yet. Okay, so I just put that on there, and I'm rubbing, and I'm smearing, like, oh, I cried, and I rubbed my eyeliner everywhere. What a mess. Look at that. Or I could set my eyeliner, and I just want to talk about how awkward this is right now. Okay, so I'm going to take this color here. I have the Jungle Color Impact Pressed Mineral Eyeshadow, and I'm setting the eyeliner with that. Set, 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 tap, tap, tap. This is really hard to do. I'm going to do it like this. Sorry. Okay, so I set that eyeliner with a similar color eyeshadow. And then not using this finger because that one's all messed up now. I'm going to go ahead and just use this finger. But you can rub, and you can see I'm moving the skin. And look, there it starts to blend on the ends. But do you guys see the difference? So I call this my magic trick because what is that? It's the watch, like it takes a licking and keeps on ticking. If you need to put your eye makeup on at the beginning of the day, there's a couple of different things that you can do to keep it from going anywhere and just looking amazing. It also saves you money on makeup because you use a little less color. You don't reapply so much throughout the day. So this was the eyeliner that I put on with no set, and this is the eyeliner that I put on with a set, okay? Cool tip. You're right. I love it. So you can actually take any color eyeliner and set with any color eyeshadow, and it will create this really interesting depth and variety. So remember, color plays with color, but I used the jungle over the jade, which totally makes sense. So now we're going to put the jade on, and I'll show you what this looks like. So on my upper lash, and I'm going to use a little more of my mirror this time, I'm just drawing these quick little motions. And remember, like if these are my eyelashes, I like to kind of color between my eyelashes with my eyeliner here. Coloring between the eyelashes, and then I'm going to go all the way down to the inside corner of the eye. This is a darker eye, which will make our lipstick and blush a lot of fun. So you're seeing this real time on this What to Wear Wednesday. The color that was picked by all of the wonderful viewers today was jade. I don't know if you can see. Can you guys tell that that's green? It went on really smooth. And then what you would do is take your jungle color, and this is the angled brush, so I set that on both sides, dance that back and forth, and then I'm going to set that color here. You can also use this shadow to blend, like if you wanted to create that really cool, we'll have to do a smoky eye someday. We'll do like a What to Wear Wednesday smoky eye edition. and blend that in here. And so I've set that eyeliner now, and the eyeliner itself will stay put, like just awesome all day. This color will be the same later today as it is like right now, and that is no joke. It's why Beauty Control makeup is the very best makeup. So if you don't already have some of these color impact eyeshadows, let me know what colors you want, or let your Beauty Control consultant know what colors you want, and just have the very best Beauty Control experience you possibly can. So then we're going to put the Jungle eyeliner on the other side, because Joy, you're right, eyeliner does make such a difference. I love it too. So I am using my mirror and my eye is open to do this sort of like scribble or scratch, like not a scratch, but it's like a hash mark. I'm just sort of gliding back and forth. You know what? It's like painting your hands. When you're right-handed, there's always the one eye that is slightly easier to do than the other. Isn't that funny? And then, you know, when we do our eye makeup, when we're like, ah, and our mouth is open. We should probably all be doing eye makeup while we're in the dentist chair, because that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so that eyeliner is on. Really smooth, slip and glide, very easy to apply. And just as I did on the other eye, I'm patting on the Jungle Color Impact eyeshadow. Color Impact eyeshadow from Beauty Control is only $18 a container. And it lasts a really long time. Like, in my retail opinion, it lasts a little too long. But I love it, because we as frugal mamas, right? We're frugal mamas here on this What to Wear Wednesday, and I think it makes sense to use a color that's going to last us a long time. For the same reason that you know, can consistently get, okay, close up of the eye. Is that scary, or is that close? Like, is that what you wanted? Like that? Can you see it? There, that one's good. I don't want it to get too blurry, but that's a close-up. Woo! It's like that, who was the, oh gosh, help me out, Sesame Street character that was like near, far. Okay, there, is that all right? Cool. So I'm putting the eyeshadows away, and we had our fun near and far Sesame Street experience. Putting those away, got to clean up my mess, because I'm a mess, and I clean it up all the time. Putting away the eyeliner, and then we have mascara. What mascara do you guys want to see? So I've got the waterproof Dramatic Lash. Yeah, the jade green is super cool. You are totally right. And here's the awesome thing. All the eyeliners are only $9 right now. I don't even need to put them on sale. They're amazing. Beauty Control did that. So the eyeliners themselves come in a really cool variety of colors. And by cool, I mean interesting. I need to stop using that word. Okay, so the Eye Perfecting Pencil is normally $14, and it's black, pewter, espresso, which is like a chocolate brown, jade, which is what we just used here today, navy, and amethyst. I love all of those colors. Regularly $14, on sale for $9, which is insane because they are so good. Best eyeliners I've ever used. I don't have to put them on sale, but you'd be silly not to take advantage of that. Okay, Dorothy Hanson says she wants to see the Dramatic Lash Mascara. Let me just make sure I've got a good one here, Dorothy. I may have to have you pick Volulicious or Waterproof. No, what do I have? Okay, I've got it. And here's what we're going to do. I've got it in black, or I have it in brown, which is black brown. So now we have a decision. Dorothy said, let's use the Dramatic Lash Mascara, but then there's two choices. So I have the brown and I have the black in the Dramatic Lash Mascara. On this What to Wear Wednesday, I'm going to let the viewers decide. You guys tell me what color you want to see put on. Black, says Dorothy. Anybody else want to chime in? All of our mascaras are only $25, and they are extraordinary mascaras. It's only one step, no fibers, very conditioning, lengthening. I have only ever heard how fabulous our mascaras are. Now, that could just be people being nice to me, but I actually, oh, Jackie, okay, we don't have a tie yet, but if somebody else votes brown, we're going to need a tie. Tiebreaker. What I hear from people is they try different mascaras and then they come back because our mascaras, just like our eyeshadows and our eyeliners, are extraordinary. It's the best mascara on the market. It's only $25 and it does everything that all other amazing mascaras do, but it's a great price. Okay, so back to being a frugal mama here on our What to Wear Wednesdays. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do, because I love you guys, I'm going to do black on one eye and we're going to do brown on the other eye because I want you to see that. Okay, so this is the black. All right, we're using black. Black is going on this eye. Who can remember that? Black is going over here. So I'm putting on the black first. So one of the things that you can do is roll down from the top. Roll down from the top here like this. What is the mascara that you use on a daily basis? And what is the mascara that you want to try to use? Let's say what. All right, I'll show you how to fix that later. Don't worry about it. I got it. I got a tip for that too. Don't you worry about that. You guys are making me nervous. My hand is like shaking now. It's either that or I had too much coffee, which is totally not the case yet because the pot of coffee is not empty yet. And I make like, I have this Mr. Coffee or whatever coffee pot, and it makes 12 cups of coffee. And whatever that cup amount is, and I usually do it for just me. I make it where it's on that 6 line, number 6. When my husband's here, we put it on 8, but he left before I made the coffee this morning. So I made it for just myself. So I put it around the top. I rolled down from the top first. And now I'm going up underneath on the bottom. And I'm using some of this. Can you guys see that brush? It's a really cool, like a rubbery end. And I'm using that to separate the lashes. On this What to Wear Wednesday, we're totally going crazy. And I'm going to put the black on this eye and I'm going to put the brown on the other eye. And I really think it's going to be fun. You guys won't see a huge difference, but it will satisfy our curiosity with that. But before we go any further, I must fix this. So I'm going to use the Creamy Coverage Concealer in Light. So not only is this excellent for contouring and concealing and just doing all kinds of amazing things, this is also good to have on hand. So at only $9 a tube, you should have one of these. And I put just a little bit of that on the end of a Q-tip. And just like that, it's going to be gone. Here, like this. So use my finger just to pat, press, or push that down, and you will see that is totally gone. So there's no more black on the eye. I'm throwing that away so I don't make a mess and touch myself with it later. Okay, so Georgia used to use Monster Lash XXL from Sally's, and the primer is sold separate from the mascara. Each tube is $10, and this beauty control is very affordable. You know what? Thank you for saying that. Your check is in the mail. Just kidding. I didn't ask her to say that. She said that on her own. But Georgia is a licensed cosmetologist, and she is an outstanding hairstylist, so I really feel like what you're saying right now is helpful. Okay, so everybody remember what color I put on the first eye? So what color does that mean is going on the second eye? All right, so rolling down from the top first, using the Dramatic Lash Mascara in the brown black, which I love and I think is an awesome, awesome choice for people to see. You're really going to see not a huge difference in the darkness here, but with the chocolate brown eye and then the jade green eyeliner. Can you guys see that over there? I didn't really get up close of the eyelashes yet. And I am using the mirror that is right here. So I'm looking in the mirror right now as I have this set up. My phone, this is a Samsung Note 5, and it is sitting on an easel, which is raised just a little bit. And the easel holds it still so it doesn't fall over, so that I can also use the light from the window, the natural light coming in from the window. So there's no filters happening here. This is a real-time color application of the brown Dramatic Lash Mascara. I sleep on my back, which is also something to pay attention to. So if you're like a face sleeper or a side sleeper, you probably have those eyelashes in the corner that do that funny little thing, like they curl up or they face a different direction or they're not there because you've worn them away. The same thing happens when you sleep on the side of your face. If you're a side face sleeper, ask yourself, do I sleep on the right or do I sleep on the left? And then take a look up close and you'll notice that your eyebrow is shorter on that side and your lashes behave just a little differently on that side also. And that's always kind of a fun thing to to pay attention to. I've always wanted to sleep on my back because I don't want to get that chest wrinkle, and I feel like it's better for my face. So I'm 36 years old, and I definitely want to stay looking as young as possible for as long as possible. Okay, so this is the mascara. Can you guys see that? There. So if I close and I look down, is that the best way to see that? And then on this eye is the brown here, and then this eye is the black. Okay, can you tell a difference? I can't. My eyes are closed. You're going to have to let me know on this What to Wear Wednesday. Can you guys tell a difference? And then is there one that you like better than the other? So the Dramatic Lash Mascara is actually a really incredible 2-coat mascara if you wanted to go ahead and keep going. So if we are just mamas putting our color on during the day, we may only put on 1 coat. But if you are like super into your mascara, there's people that I know that just go back and they keep going. And they're going to keep going with the color. So the black is what I have here in my hand that I'm putting on a 2nd coat of. And the biggest difference that you'll notice in the black and the brown, if you are doing this like in person and we are not sort of diluted by natural light, is this one has sort of like a cooler look to it. Like black has that cool blue look to it. And then the brown is just a little bit softer. So it's still dark, it's still defining, but it really is an excellent choice for people who have lighter colored hair or lighter colored eyes. So it's not, it's still dark, but it's not aggressive looking. So if you're trying to create a very professional, a very good work look, then you can use the brown, which is still dark, but it's not a super aggressive dark. Okay, so you guys see my oops here. I'm using that Q-tip trick again to just clean up the mascara that I had on my face. Okay, so the eyes are done. What do you think? You guys can chime in below what you think. And then what we're going to do is go on to the cheeks. So cheek colors are, our options are, we have the Rose and the Natural Cream Blush, which I enjoy using. And then we also have Rose Bloom and the Pure Touch Blush. These are only $20. Cranberry and Plum. Okay, so we have Plum, Cranberry, and Rose. Plum, Cranberry, Rose, and the Pure Touch Blush. And then we also have the Natural and the Rose Cream Blush. This one just fell one time. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so we have a vote for Cranberry. What other votes might we have? Definitely want to honor everybody's wishes and thinking this morning on this What to Wear Wednesday, where you decide the colors that I put on my face. Georgia also says Cranberry. Okay, Cranberry is turning out to be the winner. So what I'm preparing with is my Beauty Control. This is the blush brush. You can also use this for bronzers. The blush set, or the brush sets, are really an extraordinary value. When you buy them all together in a set, it comes in a case also that holds a full face worth of makeup. So if you have to do your makeup on the go, if you're like me, you used to do your makeup in the car, shh, don't tell anybody that. Don't tell anybody you did your makeup in the car. You actually save $30 when you buy the brush set all at once. So you get the kit, you get all the brushes, and it's only $60 for this really high quality set of brushes. And I like high quality brushes. You guys know that. So we had a vote for Plum. All right, Teresa, I'm so glad you voted for Plum, but we've got 2 votes for Cranberry. So unless we get another vote for Plum, then we're going to go with the Cranberry. And on this What to Wear Wednesday, I'm getting ready to do it. I'm going to dive in. Okay, Cranberry is the winner. So I'm just putting that color right here, pat, press, or push, that color on the end of my powder brush. And we're taking a look at the face. Stay away from the nose because we don't want to make it look like we have allergies. So stay away from the nose, okay? And we're going to go at the peak of the cheek here like this. So those first couple of touches, you don't want them to be super strong. And then we're going to swirl out to the hairline. And this is going to go on the face where you would actually blush. Like if somebody said something sweet or flattering or complimentary to you, or you had a moment of overwhelming affection and you actually blushed, then that's where we're going to put that color on the face. So once again, keeping it away from the nose so we don't look like we've been blowing our nose or we have like an allergy face. So the peak of the cheek, the apple of the cheek, the apex of the cheek here, and then out to the hairline. peak of the cheek out to the hairline. Now, I said at the top of this video, there are as many different ways to apply makeup on the face as there are people applying makeup. I mean, so, you know, you've seen one makeup application, you've seen one makeup application. And I really think that what I love about these different concepts and the way that we can offer advice and information and like color suggestions, I love the color suggestions to each other, is that we will enrich our learning experience. We're going to learn so much from each other as we do this that it will all make us all feel more confident in our color application. So that's the blush. That's how easy that is. Now we've got lips, ladies. I love to do lips. So I'd like to do liner and stick this morning. And the liners that I have available are Cotton Candy, which I don't really see happening with this face, but you guys can decide. Cinnamon, Natural, Spice, Rose, and Peachy. Ooh, Peachy is not the best on my face because it's a warm, but if you guys want to see it, you know, whatever, that's up to you. This What to Wear Wednesday is you get to decide what I'm going to put on my face. So when we take it, the lip pencils, the lip perfecting pencils are also a waterproof pencil, and those are only $14 regularly priced. So if you don't have a lip pencil and you want to get one, I'm happy to get that for you, or your regular beauty control consultant. I don't have any wine right now. I'm totally out of wine. I love spice. Dorothy says cinnamon, so the spice or cinnamon are our choices. If we have more votes for those, we'll be able to decide. Or what we could do is mix them together, because I love to do that and create this really cool dimensional lip. In fact, I think I just talked myself into that. So I'm going to use the cinnamon. All right, here we're going to do the cinnamon first, and then we're gonna do the spice also, so you guys can see that. Okay. So on the lip, and just take a look up close here. I don't have a really strong Cupid's bow on my mouth. I draw that on. So if you guys have taken a look down the page or seen any of my images displaying the colors of the lip liners, you know, you might feel like, oh, look at the shape of those lips that I drew them on. That's, they're, I have like a worm across the top of my mouth here. So we're mixing the colors. This is cinnamon. And I'm starting here like this, and I'm going to fill it in. Oh, okay, cinnamon. And then here, color that in on that fleshy, full part of the mouth. So I could be done with this if I wanted to. It's an interesting color, but we're going to blend and we're going to create just a slightly dimensional lip. I love to do this. I've actually done this with, like, you know, eyeliners too, if you really need to create something crazy, kind of avant-garde, mostly around Halloween. This is Spice. One of the things I love about a darker lip is how white it makes your teeth look. Then people are like, ooh, what dentist do you go to? And I'm like, it's not my dentist, it's my lip liner. Just kidding, Dr. Austin, you're the best. Okay. All right, how cool is that? Then I'm going to try to smear it together. So when you put just liner on, it does feel dry. It's different because it's not a cream. But you can blend that, and then you get this really cool color that you created yourself, but it can make the lip shape be more defined. And then the dimensional aspect of this lip is that it gives sort of that pre-ombre look where you can see. Can you guys tell that? Before I even have any color on the mouth, you can just see the fade that can take place there, which I love to do. I think that's really fun. Not only that, this lip color is going to last through bottles of water, cups of coffee, lunch, food. It is super fun. Some people like to just put gloss then on top of this. I love to use lipstick. And we have lots of great lipstick choices this is the fun part. So I think what I'm going to do is give you just a couple of options. So Peachy is a great lipstick option. If you guys like Peachy, it is the best. It is the best. Our lipsticks too, we have a really incredible variety right now that are only $10. This is insane. Can you believe I'm saying these things out loud? Like, oh, our eyeliner is only $9 and our lipsticks can be 10. Like, who does that? Who does that? Okay. Then I have Guava, which is a great color. Antique, not my favorite, but that's a personal choice. Not my favorite, personal choice. Then we have Dusk, which is gorgeous. Petal, oh my gosh, I use Petal all the time. And then Blossom. I think those are some pretty colors that will honor and respect the blend that we've just put on. Honestly, I think Guava or Peachy is probably the best choice there. Oh, yay, so does Joy. Anybody else want to vote Guava or Peachy? Let's decide between those two. So this is Peachy and this is Guava. Clearly, I like Guava. I don't often run out of lipsticks, but I do with Guava. I do with Petal. I use Petal constantly over every one of my lip liners. There's no hesitation. I use that all the time. And I also use the heck out of Cherry. Obviously, you can see that, the Cherry, when I create a beautiful red lip. And then I liked using Sensation this year too. All right, Georgia votes Guava too. Okay, Peachy, I'm putting you back. We'll try you again another time. All right, so I'm going to put Guava just right on the mouth. I like the Guava because it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's not a solid cream color, but it really is kind of a beautiful blend of the spice and the cinnamon that we used. All right. That's it. What do you think? So that is the Guava lipstick on the face. The very last thing that I would do for any face would be to take our translucent pressed powder, and then this is a large brush. This is actually one of the brushes that came with the Amazon set that I bought. So 22 brushes at Christmas for $13, and I like using it. I just like trying it back again. So I'm just loading a little bit of that, the pressed translucent powder. And so the window is really helpful here. You guys can see where some of the shine from the window is coming back. And I'm just patting this on. If I had dry skin, I might set my color on with the hydrating mist here. Okay. And then if you set this right here, like the eyebrow and stuff doesn't go anywhere. And I'm going to get close again and just kind of show you that here. You can also see just how smooth the skin is, and that is just a comment based on part 1's video where I did the skincare and the anti-aging here. And then trying not to set that on top of the lipstick because it gets in the brush and then it rubs on my face. And then we have a really smooth transition here. There's no line of demarcation for either the contouring or the foundation itself. And you will remember that the foundation that I used today was the cream to powder finish in N2. So the cream to powder finish in N2 is the foundation that we put on today. So this is it. This is everything. And what you can see in summary based on this What to Wear Wednesday is the cream to powder finish in N2. We used the dark creamy coverage concealer to contour. Then we did the all-in-one brow kit on the eyebrows using all 4 of the colors that are in the eyebrows. Then we did the eyeshadow, Shadow Control Cream in Taupe, suggested by the viewers. We have titanium, truffle, jungle, and charcoal on the eyelid. We used the jade liner. We set that with the jungle eyeshadow. We have black mascara on this eye. We have brown mascara on this eye. We used the cranberry blush to accent the cheeks. And then on the lips, we put on cinnamon, lined it with spice, and covered it with guava. Set everything with the pressed translucent powder. And that is a full beauty control face, my friends. So this part 2 of What to Wear Wednesday was for the color. Part 1 was for the skincare. Please take a look at those. And if you see anything that you love and you totally want it, we will get it to you. And by we, I mean the wonderful women of Beauty Control. So myself, as a beauty control consultant, would be happy to get you in touch with the new pieces you can't wait to fall in love with, or your beauty control consultant should absolutely do that for you as well. So enjoy and have a great Wednesday. We'll see you next week, where we feature the new products. New products. Okay, bye.